In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday evening. Friday, night. Doesn't really work as well as Saturday. But it's what we got to work with. It's what we have to work with. What's going on? So happy that you are all here. All 82 of you. Love you from the bottom of my heart. I asked Patreon couple hours ago. I said, Patreon, what should the stream be about tonight? What shall we talk about? What should the topic be? Gave them a couple choices, few choices, and then the opportunity for them to chime in. And we're going to see which of my barrel picks is the best this year. Which ADHD Whiskey Barrel Pick of 2024 reigns supreme. You know what I mean? It's a gigantic bourbon skirmish headed your way. Blind flight coming at you tonight. But first, let's say hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, everyone in the chat. That's how somebody who just cuts corners would do it, but not me. Sometimes. Randall Erickson was the first one in chat. What's happening? My mother is here. Love you, Mom. Thank you for being here. Bill friggin' Kavanaugh is in the house. Flex Luthor is here. That's a pretty badass name. Flex Luthor. Ah. Hopefully you're muscular. Tim Doherty is in the house. Chris Miller. Rose Stankar. Happy Friday, everyone. Cheers from Alec Ajax. Wow. Why did I turn my J to an L? Ajax, Ontario, Canada. Oh yeah, sipping on Canadian Club 18-year high. Nice. Good evening. What you drinking? That's right. That's a good question, Kyle. Great question, Kyle. Super good question. Joe the Sample Guy's in the hizzy. Jason Kobe. Jason himself. Happy Friday. Got 6 porter picks waiting to follow along. Gonna be fun. Nice. Eric B is here. Robert E is here. CJP Bourbon, Danger, oh no. Tim grabbed a 24C today, stag. Nice. I haven't tried any of the 24s. I haven't tried a single 24 stag. The last stag that I tasted was the 23C. I bought a bottle of it last year for way too much money. And then haven't laid eyes on a single stag all year. Funny, actually, hilarious. This is kind of interesting that I haven't even thought of before until right this very moment. I had the opportunity to buy a George T. Stag for $200 this year, and I did not have the opportunity to buy any Stag this year. No Stag Juniors at all. But I did have the opportunity to buy a GTS for $200. I opted for the Pappy 15 instead of the GTS. Do I regret that decision? I don't know. There's a Pappy video coming out very soon. Uh-oh. Battery warning. Yikes. Better plug your shit in. Or replace your double A's, whatever you're working with. Bummed Sean couldn't recover your drone. Solid effort, though. He would have been able to. But the sensor on the bottom of the drone was picking up on the hook and then the USB cable that was dangling as the ground. So the downward sensor saw that and must have assumed that since it was getting Man, I'm bad with words. The sensor thought that that was the ground. So every time he brought the drone up and then he tried to bring the drone down, it would just go into landing mode. And then it just slowly come down to the ground. It's a pain in the bitch. But he did try very hard. And not only did he try very hard, he tried very hard while Dan and the rest of the crew were inside of Rick House drinking fantastic samples from barrels. So he kind of got locked on the old recovered drone thing, and he wasn't successful, but he definitely gave it a fair shake. And Sean is the best. I said it. He's great. Good friend he is. Gary Pointer got a steel box Green River, 130 proof. Nice. Rich Flinchbow. Hello. 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 Something like that. Whiskey Durg is here. Windy City Beer Man is here. My mom says, love that Jonathan Cook intro. I wonder if Jonathan's been in chat. I haven't seen Jonathan's name in chat lately. I missed that guy. I should give him a call. I'll give Jonathan a call maybe this weekend. I'll give him a ringle. A little bit of a jingle. See what he's up to. Sure, Daddy's working. You can call me Jake, by the way. Oh, what's up, Jake? That's way easier. Beef Ribs is in the house, announcing his name very loudly. Beef ribs with a lettuce, pepper jack, brioche bun, and some sauce. Nice. Stag 24D this morning. Wow. That is... 24D sounds like a very specifically weird bra size. Like extremely skinny chest with giant cups. That'd be a weird image. But I'm thinking about it. Don't stop thinking about it. Style GTS for $1,000. Woof. Opted for Pappy so you could spit it out in the first pour. Epic. Dude, did Sean also break his drone? Oh, yeah. Some parts broke off it, but they were replaceable, repairable. And I think there was like 20... Okay, honestly, he had the same drone. They have the same drone as me. Actually, had the... What did I have? Mine was like a Mini 3 Pro. And I think that they had the Mini 4. Pretty sure. But that thing... So we... it's a long story. Who cares? We got all night. Kept adjusting the USB cable at the bottom of it with the hook to try to get it out of the way of the sensor. So tried tying it to everything we could, including, and when I say we, I mean Sean. I said, don't break your drone. He tied it to the arms where the props are at. So he tied one to the arm. And then after takeoff, the USB, when it got up to the top of the Rick House, the USB cord got sucked up into the prop, and the drone was all, and they bounced off. It was a terrible crash. Terrible crash. And we were laughing so hard. That was what Sean was laughing at outside when Bruce said, is there a girl here? It was one of those laughs where you can't, it was like my cousin Greg calls him a stupid face laugh, where you're just like, and the no sound comes out and you're not breathing. That's what it was. But it survived. It just got a little beat up. Dude's car got a little banged up. Home in LA is surrounded by fire, but I'm here sipping on Disco 7. Dude, I've been watching way too much of that footage and stuff. That is absolutely insane. And if any of you guys are in Los Angeles area or have evacuated and got out of there, like thoughts and prayers, if that means anything to you. Like, holy shit, that's absolutely incredibly crazy, and I'm sorry. That's so scary. It's been, I was like watched enough of it where I started feeling sad and like not, I don't know. I shot a video that I wanted to put out yesterday, and then I just felt like it wasn't a great time. And maybe because it got a lot of coverage, where I feel there's been a lot of shit that's happened in the past year, and I feel terrible for everyone who's going through stuff. So if I can make your day any better, let me know how. I love all of you very much. Jim Maselli, who are you wearing tonight? I'm wearing Athletic. It's a Walmart hoodie. It's like $9. Walmart black t-shirt underneath. Like $3. I have on a pair of Walmart sweatpants that were like $7.98. They're not that great. And then on my feet, I've had these flip-flops forever. I got these things on clearance at the Walmart for like $2, like 3 years ago. And I just flip around the house in them. You know what I mean? Size 13, no big deal. That's the size I wear. Tiny hands though. Itty bitty hands. How far behind am I in chat now? 6 minutes. Sheesh. Christopher Ians. Hello from Grand Junction. What's up, Christopher? Cheers from right down the street. Pretty sure that was debunked as fake. Oh, I have no idea what the heck we're talking about now. What's the max money on a 24 GTS? It depends on the month. If I had a little extra spending money on me, and I saw one for shit, I don't know. At this point, probably absolutely no more than $400. And at $400, I probably still wouldn't be able to do it right now. But if during like when everything's good, like little extra cash, a little extra spending money, then $400 max. With your voice, you'd be good at telling stories to children. Start another channel and read books to them. All right, Nick. I will start another channel called Matt Reads Books. I'll have to learn how to read, but give it a shot. Like those red carpet moments. I enjoy WoW so much when you do sample in the box on Wednesdays regardless of good or bad whiskey. That's yeah, I mean, there are a lot of WoW whiskeys out there. Some good, some bad. You must have that self-checkout status. Oh, dude. And then I've got so many rants up my sleeve. I got so many rants up my sleeve tonight that I can hardly... You know what? We're going to do some rants throughout the night. First rant, self-checkout status. By the way, tonight's live stream is brought to us by the one and only premier, one-of-a-kind, top-shelf, stamped and approved grade A cigars on the planet. Alec Bradley Cigars. If you are a cigar smoker and you don't have an Alec Bradley nearby, you should look in the mirror and chastise that reflection and go out and get some real cigars. Alec Bradley Cigars. By the way, next Friday, Alec Bradley has a Green River pick coming out. It's actually their uncut series. They have a Green River pick. And which cigar is coming with it this time? It's a new one. Alligator char? Am I allowed to say that yet? Mine's coming my way. Mine is being delivered soon. But we got an Alec Bradley Green River Uncut Series pairing. 131.6 proof. Damn. So it's Uncut Series Batch 6. That's coming out next Friday. After I taste it and light that stick, then I'll tell you what I think. But if it's from Alec and it's a pairing, you know it's going to be good. Long ashes. Ooh, yeah. I usually, when I smoke Alec Bradley cigars, like to burn them right straight through all the labels. And the sleeves and everything on them, just straight back. It's the cigar we make for Justin's House of Bourbon. It's made to pair with high-proof whiskey. I love the name of it. That's an awesome name. Did Alec Bradley's Russell's pick already release? I don't think so. I think mine is the only one that has been released so far from that day. Alec? What's up with your Russell's pick, Alec? Where's it at? We normally start the night off with a blind pour. Let's do it. Let me grab the 1 ounce Wednesday box. We'll start the night off with a blind pour. Then we'll do this blind flight. Damn it! Dropped my fuzzy thing. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Just take me a second. Don't go anywhere. Stay put. There. All of you stay put. Got one. Putting it in my pocket. Putting this down here. And I'm back. We're clipped. We're good. Glass. Oh, by the way, couple things. I was gonna initially tonight revisit the top 10 from last week. I was gonna revisit that. And I want to, because I need to get that order correct. But I feel like I'm still too tall. There, that's better. But a couple other things about that flight. I got a bottle recently that should have been in the top 24 flight, but it wasn't. And then also, I put in a 13th century barrel strength rye whiskey that did not belong there. It didn't finish last in the flight. It's very good. But I meant to put their bourbon in the flight, not their rye. And I didn't realize that until a few days ago when I was like, oh no, I think it was the bourbon I liked more. Yeah, it was the bourbon I liked more, which is, it's like 140 proof at MGP, Colorado double-barreled thing, I believe. But I think it's better than the Smoke Eye Hill. That's why I wanted to put it in the flight, and then I grabbed the rye instead. Brain fart. But this bottle, I tasted... Shit. One thing at a time, Matt. Day 3 of the Advent calendar. This son of a bitch. This guy. Toppling Goliath. 12-year, 125 proof. Kentucky straight bourbon. Mr. Brad Riley. Oh, shit, I'm not sure if you want me to say his name or not. Brad from Iowa. Now I gave you all of his information. Didn't think that through. A guy sent me this, who watched the video, and I opened it and I was like, yeah, that belonged on the list. If you are anywhere that sells this, get this bottle. It's port finished for 60 months, but I think it's a sub $100 bottle. It is ridiculously good, like so damn good. That should have been in that flight. Can you get Brad's social? Oh, and mother's maiden name. Yeah, we're right on top of that. Man. Sometimes you're live and you just start sharing information. I've got a glass here. All right, this is the glass for the blind pour. And I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to feel the label somewhere around here. Hold on. Put my hand in focus. There. Now open my hand so you can see what it is. No spoilers in the chat. No spoilers in the chat. No spoilers in the chat. If you can even read it. We have, since I've started putting my hand in focus first, I think we've had like, I don't know, maybe a 75% success rate with people being able to see what it is. But America, it's in there. And, oh, back in my pocket. That's actually the best place for it. I love these zippy hoodies that have like the hand pockets. They're so perfect for everything. Best port right now? Question mark. Are you talking the Sagamore's a rye, right? This is a bourbon. This is a 12-year bourbon that's port finished. %. Now, hell yeah. Don't worry, Klein shared my cell number on a live stream. You're ahead of the game. That's really nice of him. How did he... Oh, did he call you? Oh, let me guess. He called you, it went to voicemail, and then it was like, you've reached... And then he just didn't stop it in time? Is that what happened? Because I can't imagine that Klein would like literally say it out loud. Because I feel like after about 6 or 7 numbers, you'd stop. Whoa. I had like 6 things run through my head right there. First thing was like malty. And then second thing was rye. And then third thing was double barreled. Now I'm not sure how much that's going to stand out or hold up. But this is a very unique pour right away. Yeah. It is very, oh my gosh, this smells like varnish. This smells, I say a lot of double barreled or toasted products remind me of like wood stain or varnish. This smells 100% like one of the, like your staining friggin' trim. It smells like, is stain and varnish the same thing? Anybody? Because I'm not sure which one it reminds me of. But this smells exactly like, it almost has like a petroleum smell to it, like almost a paint quality. Yeah. It's extra dark too. Klein gave you Brad's number too? Are there any finished ryes or bourbons that beat Sagamore Port? In your opinion, no. Well, that's just your opinion, man. Have you tried Arctic Spirit? Have you tried Evernorth Arctic Spirit? Because that's a ridiculous rye, finished rye. Then Have I tried this? I don't know if I've tried a Sagamore port finish. I don't think I have. Have they double oaked? I think I've tried. Does Sagamore also have a sherry finished? Because I think I tried a sherry finish, but not a port finish. So look at how dark that is. That's wildly dark. It doesn't even, this lighting doesn't even do it justice. Oh, there's a lot of legs on her too. Lots of legs. Thick. That is, holy shit. The color of, what in the world could that, okay. Immediately off the nose, this has got to be a double-barreled product for sure. Based off the color, double-barrel product for sure. And it almost like, it's weird. It almost like, it's almost like it looks colored almost. Like when you swirl it in the light. I wonder if other whiskeys are like that. I just noticed something odd about the color of it. And it's hard for me to describe. I don't know. It's friggin' dark. Yeah, there's so much wood on there. So much wood. Possibly some raisin action. But not like a cognac or not like a port raisin. But kind of like just like the bitterness of like a raisin box would be more like it. Yeah. If that box were a friggin' oak box. They was recently varnished. All right, down the hatch. Wow. That is really high proof, I think. First sip of the day, so it's hard for me to really, I have nothing to compare it to other than nothing. And compared to nothing, it's a lot. There is an absorbent, a big word for me, and pronounced incorrectly, a lot of, it's like marshmallowy, but also varnishy. It's very green lumber. It's very home construction. It's new construction in a glass. And okay, this is completely me. Whatever's in that glass is going to be a lot of people's favorite thing they've ever tried. It is high proof. It is full of flavor. But that flavor profile isn't something that I absolutely love. It actually kind of turns me off a little bit. But that's just me. I can sit here and tell you that that is a damn good whiskey. That is something that is put together really well. I'm sure that's what they were going for. I don't really pick up any flaws in it. It's not overly tannic. It's not like overly bitter. It coats the mouth absolutely fantastic. Second sip. But it's almost like there's almost like a malty beer quality to it, like almost like a hoppiness to it. Weird. Yeah, that's not something that I would go to very often. Maybe once in a while if I just wanted something completely different that's going to blow my doors off. I can't necessarily, well, you know what? I don't score things based off of if it's a quality whiskey or not. I normally score things based off of my interpretation of it and how much I enjoy it. A lot of people, I believe, would give this thing crazy high scores, like their favorite whiskey. For me, I think it's good, very good. I'd say 7.4. It's very good. but it's just not something that I would ever really reach for. But I can understand that it's going to be something really good, if that makes sense. Now, what is it? You guys know if you saw it. I did not see it. Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon 2023. 6 years old, 140.9 proof. That makes total sense. It's not double oaked. It is just oaked. Unless it is double oaked, I'm not sure. But it is Texas oaked. That's what did that. The Texas oak. Sheesh. First sip out of the gate tonight is a hazmat whiskey. Awesome. Man. Marshmallowy varnish, 147 proof points of golden goodness. What's your sweet spot in aged bourbon, Matt? Shit. Almost the older the better. But let me say this. I really started appreciating bourbon a lot when it starts to get around 10 years old. I think a 12-year-old bourbon is like right when it starts to pick up the maturity that the best quality bourbons start picking up on. And this depends on where it's aged to. I will just say, in general, a Kentucky bourbon. As we get like a little bit older, 14, 15 years old, then it starts to pick up on the oak qualities I really, really, really like. Older than that, it's really going to depend on the distillery, the things. You know what, 14, 15 years old, I'd say is a safe spot to think, for me to know that I'm going to love most of the stuff at that age range from a Kentucky distillery. 16. 14 to 16 is like, yeah. I love oak, but I don't love, it's funny because you hear me complain about oak when it's oaked too fast or too hot or double oaked, because the flavors come out different in the whiskey when it's oaked, when it's aged for an extended period of time rather than quickly or to make it taste better faster. You know what I mean? It's like a great homemade cookie, right? You're like, oh man, I could really go for some homemade cookies. You could make them yourself, and those are the best, but it takes longer. Or you could go to the store and pick up Chips Ahoy, which takes the least amount of time, but typically suck. Or you could get like cookie dough, pre-made cookie dough. And I feel like that's trying to give you the homemade experience, but a shortcut, a cheat. And it just doesn't taste as good, You gotta do the time. You gotta wait it out. The malty raisin type notes make a lot of sense. I also agree it's not a profile everyone likes, but some adore it. Yeah, I mean, you can tell for sure that it's a full-bodied whiskey. And it's only, 5 years old? Is that what it said? That's crazy. All right. Let's see here. We're going to do this too. I'm an oak. Rich! It takes Texas half the time to age versus Kentucky due to the temperature changes. I mean, but the result isn't the same. The flavor of the oak, you can just tell that it's not. I always wondered what would happen if you put if you aged a Texas bourbon inside of an enormous barrel, like a cognac barrel. What are they called? Like hogshead barrels or something? Like one of the great big oak barrels. Like if you had a new charred, huge barrel. I'm gonna cough. Hold on. Would that slow down the aging process a little bit on Texas bourbon to get those oaky notes, but in a more desirable way for your average bourbon drinker? You know, like less surface touching. Does that make sense? Like a lot more whiskey, but not all of it is touching that hot oak all the time. Just thoughts that I have. I don't know anything about O.H. Ingram. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Rich. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, wait. Just for Rich. Where'd it go? Come on. Where'd it go?
Another fucking super chat.
Sorry. I like it. All right. It's also aged in a 30-gallon barrel. They age it in a small barrel? In Texas? What are they thinking? That's wild. All right. I do like 10-year Kentucky bourbon. And that's my sweet spot. But do some 12 to 16 years amazingly. Yeah, I mean, I think the oak is something that you learn, like, as I've enjoyed bourbon longer, the oakier profiles I've learned to like more, I guess. All right, let's see here. It would be cool to be able to buy each year's pick stickers on a pack. We could almost do that. I have a whole bunch of stickers. There were leftovers, but they're going to be more of some than others because there were more leftovers of some than others. Let's see. Some double ope. Double ope was like 2022, I think. MB says, tell us some Barrel King info. What do you want to know, MB? What do you want to know? I'm happy to talk about it. Let's get these samples poured for the barrel picks that I did in 2024. 1, 2, 3. There are 10 bottles here. I'm pretty sure that I did 11. The one I could not find when I was looking, and I know it's around here somewhere, is Dude. It was my first barrel pick of 2024. It was the Backbone Dude pick, and I can't find my open bottle of it. I know it's around here, but I just don't know where the heck it's at. But Slippin' Jimmy 2 is here, so that will be available. Seven, 8, 9. Oh, I missed this one. 9, 10. All right. Also, patrons, if you're here in the house, we have some news. I shared a picture on Patreon the other day. I have a kit coming whenever I get this, it's gonna, you know what, I might do a special live stream. Every time I've done one of these picks, I've done a live stream with it. I've got a Knob Creek bourbon pick coming, but it's not just any Knob Creek bourbon pick. It's the very first that I know of cask strength Knob Creek bourbon pick. This year they're doing cask strength offerings where I believe they're all still 9+ years old, but instead of being 120 proof, they don't add any water to them, so they're cask strength. I think that the catch is there might be barrels that are in that Knob Creek age range that might fall just below 120 proof. So who knows like what the range is going to be. But they're going to be barrel strength this year. They're going to be available. That's what I'm doing. So that kit is headed to me. And whenever I get that, I'll probably do a live stream tasting through those barrels and picking a Knob Creek cask strength pick. Next blend. So we have a rye blend that is in a tank waiting finishing barrels, and then not sure. The barrels right now are in a weird place because of the temperature and the season. So I've been working on making some bases, like a light whiskey base, a couple light whiskey bases that we're working with, and then this rye whiskey base. I'm not sure when my very next one that's just going to be something I blended together is, but I would imagine probably springtime, probably in the spring. But there could be the light whiskey base that I put together in another blend that we're using. Jared likes me blending bases because he finds it boring and difficult. And for some reason I enjoy it, and I can make a nice clean whiskey base. He says I blend by deletion. I take away notes that I find harsh or unappealing. Like I find something I dislike about it, and then I blend until it's gone. And that turns out to work really well for the base of a blend. Slippin' Jimmy 2, a cracked, been waiting for this night. Hell yeah, Jason. Didn't you just do it? That was, I didn't just do it. That was back in, holy shit, this space heater is burning me up. On fire I am. Holy cow. Very hot. No, that was back in, the Wild Turkey pick was back in September, I think. Let me see. Because mine's already released. It was dumped on October 22nd. So that was either the end of September or early October. Okay, let's anyway. Somebody make note of this. America. Russell's pick. This is the most recent one, which is the final flight pick. We'll go in glass sample 1, number 1. Normally they're lettered, but I already had numbered stickers, so I just used the numbered ones. 1. All right. Then we have an Evernorth Essence. This is a single barrel rye whiskey, the 52% rye Maryland mash bill, so it's the Sagamore 52% rye, 43% corn, 5% malted barley, 6 years old. America. We'll go in glass 2. Evernorth Rye, glass 2. 130 proof. Then we have my Barrel King pick. This is Candyland. This is one of their SIB Pluses, 108.8 proof, mostly 11-year MGP with a splash of 9-year MGP in it. It's their SIB Plus. This is going to go in glass 3. Then the other Barrel King pick, which is called Cherry Quicksand. Same style, SIB Plus, 105.6 proof. America. We'll go in, that's 5. We'll go in 4. Moving right along. 4-Gate Love Potion. This is a 4 Roses mash bill. 8-year, 9-month, 108.4 proof. California red wine finished. Kentucky bourbon. Going in glass 5. How will this fare in this flight? Next up on the list is I would call this the underdog of the competition. It's a 4-year experimental mash bill Sagamore distilled bourbon. 56 corn, 25 rye, 19 malted barley. This is the whiskey guinea pig, I called it. You can see on there, because it's an experimental mash bill, the guinea pig. America. 122 proof. I call it the underdog because it's the youngest. It's a 4-year-old bourbon. That's 7. Glass 6. Glass 7 is 6-year-old Nashville Barrel Company. This was Tennessee. Get it? Because it's Kentucky bourbon. It's a Kentucky bourbon that they sold in Tennessee. 121.88 proof, 6-year-old Nashville Barrel Company, Tennessee. America. Go in glass 7. By the way, I have Nashville Barrel Company samples being sent my way as well. So I think I have 5-year, 8-year, and 9-year samples, or 5-year, 7-year, and 8-year samples being sent my way. So they know what profile I enjoy, what profiles I don't enjoy. They're gonna send me some samples for hopefully another barrel pick or 2. So that was in, what'd I say, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. All right. Then Ben Holiday, America. This one is the Old West Saloon bourbon. It's got a DeLorean on there. All sorts of fun stuff on the sticker. 122.3 proof, 7-year, 7-month. Ben Holiday, 1 barrel. Glass 8. Glass 9 is Backbone Bourbon Company. Backbone Bourbon, uncut straight bourbon whiskey, 123.3 proof. This is 109 months old. So what, just over 8 years old? Is that what it is? Or 9 years? What's 9 times 12? 9 times, shit. That would be 9, no, that's not it. 8 years old? 9 years old. It's 109 months old. Slippin' Jimmy 2. That's probably one of my favorite stickers we've ever done. America. That will go in glass 9. I should have poured these in the order that I picked them, so it would be much easier to remember which ones were in which glass. It probably wouldn't have been easier to remember unless I wrote that down. Never mind. So that's glass 9, meaning that the Green River pick will be in glass 10. Green River, full proof, single barrel, 122.8 proof. America. Go in glass 10. Da, 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 da. Alec says, That's incredible how exciting on the Knob Creek, right? I'm pumped about it. Pumped. Forgot where you were going live and took library books back. What? Forgot where you were going live and... Oh, you know what? It's fine. You're here now. Did you get to try the finished barrel run blend yet? No, it should be... I don't have my bottle yet. The barrel run blend, I haven't tried it yet, no. Hazmat Knob Creek, I doubt that. That'd be pretty neat, though. I saw that. I saw the Wyatt Earp. It's made by the Doc Holliday people. And it is, what, 160 proof malt whiskey, or like I don't know if it's an American single malt. I think they call it an American whiskey, but it has a very high malt mash bill. Candyland is very nice. I love the Candyland. I was hoping the drone rescue mission would be a success too. The Russells was September 4th? Okay. This might be my largest Julie-like Wheel of Confusion ever. Really need to get underneath it. Bicep tendon feeling pretty good, knock on wood. Bowled a 215 the other night with it, with my right hand. So, also bowled games that weren't as good. But I'm back in business. Shake it out. It's heavy. That's a heavy bugger. Ugh. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, this is going good. All right. Putting them down. Okie dokie. Whew. We didn't spill. We did not spill. So that's a plus. All right. So 5 there, 5 there. Now I'm going to mark them. I'll label them as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. There. Totally blind. Now, do I have my notebook from last week? Well, I wasn't using a notebook, I was using papers. These are such silly notes. Worked out well though, so might as well try to repeat it. Do I have any? Oh no, I was using a pencil last week and then I brought it into my kid who needed a pencil. Hey, if you're in school and you're a kid and you're watching this, have pencils. Use them good. All right. Let's start off with sample A. As I go through sample A, I will get caught up with chat. Do I have anything hard to write on? Better than nothing. How far behind am I? 11 minutes. Son of a biatch. All right, I need a drink of water. My throat's getting all dry, strangely. Oh, I was going to rant earlier. We were talking about Alec asked me if I had something about the self-checkout. The people standing there, working at the self-checkouts, who watch you check out, the worst. Hey, babe. What you looking for? There might be bowls in the dishwasher, too.
With lids?
With lids? No. I hide the lids. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, the self-checkout thing when they just watch you, they're just standing there watching you struggle, and then you leave and then they check your receipt. That's the worst. Bad rant. I'll get more fired up about something later. Just put it in a Ziploc. David's watching some sort of Buckeyes. Ohio? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Something. Cherry Quicksand's ridiculously good. Yeah, I like that one a lot too. This is just a general chat question, so whoever responds will take it into consideration. Would you buy a Gatsby Reserve for $200? It's good. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, they're all Patreon, and then if they make it out of Patreon, then it's, I put links on like the Facebook group. Yeah, I was trying to do that math, Porky. And then what did I say, 108, 109, something like that? So just over, so it must be just over 9 then. Huh. Oh no, we didn't spill any. I can tell, like I can get underneath the wheel of confusion pretty good, and then when I start spinning it, that was actually, it was weighted very heavily, so I wasn't very concerned about that one. Although I was, but I wasn't. Should have been probably more concerned. Okay, glass A. If show the wife, jeez Louise. That's so funny. You guys are hilarious. Matt and the community love the show, bro. Thanks, Ben. Let's see here. I can show you guys what is like I can show you the number on the bottom if you want. But I don't want any spoilers. So maybe we'll not do that. Plus, I can't guarantee that you even see which one it is because of my focusing issues. Let's just do the reveal at the end. Glass A. Ooh. Glass A smells fruity, like red fruits, but also smells kind of like, it smells thick. It smells concentrated. Yeah. A concentrated, thick, do I go Australian red licorice already on glass A? I think I might. That smells like a glorious red licorice. I'm bad with words. I'm not very good at words, you know what I mean? Not very good. I thought I uploaded a clip. Did I not? About my words? Nope. Guess I didn't. Thought for sure. Oh no, I did right there. That's a hard word. Mm-hmm.
intricacies.
Thank you. That was a fun video. That was a fun video to shoot. As I dig deeper into this glass, I'm wondering, you know what? I don't have super time to go extra deep. Matt, nobody cares. Just do it. Down the hatch. Whoa. That is a red fruit bomb. Red fruit. It's almost like a cherry, like a lollipop, like a cherry lollipop, or even like a cherried Sprite. I do think that cowboy bourbon influenced that first sip of whatever this bourbon was. Because I still felt the after effects of that cowboy bourbon, but I'm gonna say very cherry, licorice, oily. Okay. Sometimes when you taste when you get your barrel pick in and you taste it, you really enjoy it, but you're also wondering if everyone else is going to enjoy it, kind of thing. So this is interesting for me to do this blind because, tasting them back to back to back to back to back, I'm imagining I'm going to like them all. I definitely should. But do any of them stand out as being like ridiculously good compared to others? Glass B. Glass B is a pretty dark looking whiskey. Come on. Got to get it a little dizzy, swirl it up a little bit. Maybe give it the old heater in my hand. So it starts producing a little more smell. It's a bit muted right now. But I think that's because of the temperature of these. I'm dumb and I didn't bring them inside the house, so they're in garage temperature, which got warm with the space heater, but before the space heater, pretty chilly in here. That cowboy bourbon is literally it's still in my faculties. There is some sort of oaky tendencies here as well. It's not quite the double barrel note or like the extra fast oaking process that I get off of double barrel products or like off the Garrison Brothers, but it does have like a remnant of that a little bit somewhere, unless that's still that cowboy bourbon talking to me. It smells very dark and like you opened up a bourbon closet in the middle of the night and you didn't want to walk in because who knows what's in there hiding. Yeah, it's kind of spooky. Ooh. Oh, it's still very good. It seems to be slightly thinner than the first glass, even though the color on it would seem like it would be thicker. Oakier for sure. I'm gonna say oak, dark, thinner. But that experience is still really, really good. That's very like, it has like a bourbon-y twist that makes you like, how do you describe it? Makes you think a little bit because it has like a very good, I wouldn't quite say cherry quality, but like the color red is present there, but it's not like exceptionally cherry, but it's there. But then there's also like this kind of twist of spice, like a barrel spice. I think that describes it better than oak. I mean, it's like a dark red barrel spice. Moving on through them. This is sample C. 188 people in chat. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't. That would mean the world. It'd mean the world if you did it. Back into comments. Mickey D's sounds kind of good. To make indoor propane heaters. Yeah, so it's an attached garage, so we're in a duplex. So the garage is directly underneath our bedroom, attached to kind of our kitchen area. But yeah, I used to have a Big Buddy. I think I had a Big Buddy propane heater that we used to heat like sheds and stuff with. Somebody gets his man a clipboard. I have, dude, it just get lost. It's bad. It's bad. It's like an episode of Porters. You know what I mean? Okay, sample C. Also pretty dark looking. Dark in color. Grapey? Little grapey? I definitely should have warmed these up in the house beforehand. When they're cold, they just don't put off as much smell. And that's a proven fact. It's like grape and wood. If you don't believe me, leave a bottle out that's like, I don't know, in some sort of like a chilly environment, and then smell it, and then fill up the bottom of your sink with hot water, and then set the glass in that hot water for just a minute until it warms that whiskey up, and then smell it. It's like night and day. Like the amount of the extra smell that comes out of the glass is like so much more. Huh. These are pretty chilly. Ooh. That took a turn. A different turn. What is that? That is darker even yet. That is very... Shit. I'm terrible tonight, aren't I? With descriptions and describing what I'm tasting and feeling here. I'm going to work on that. We'll get better. We'll get better. This one is very, like, toit. It's very toit and dark and thick, but, like, char. A lot of barrel char. Barrel char, and it is, there's like some sort of like a malted milk ball, a little bit, not as heavy as last week when I talked about the one I got that malted milk ball on, but there's a hint of that. It's like how in the hell did it get cold in there already? Here comes the furnace. How long have we been live for? A little over an hour? There's no way it dropped that cold in there already. No way. Refuse to believe it. Barrel char. So loud. It's just the way we live. It's heating the house. A lot of people would love a heated house. So don't complain. And I won't complain either. Barrel char. And I wouldn't say it was fruity or sweet. I would say like an unsweetened tea and barrel char. Need a mini split in there to keep you and the whiskey comfortable. It's a rental. Listen. I'm fucking 40. Pardon my language. I need to buy a house. Unfortunately, if you want to buy a house around here, you need $500,000 to buy a fixer-upper. And it seems like not that long ago, a $300,000 house was like a mansion. Like a friggin' ridiculous house. But damn, things have changed. That's just another little rant I could go on, but I won't. But I want to. Here's another rant. What's a connix? 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 I don't know what that is. You can get a 4-bedroom in Detroit for $53. Should buy a house in Kentucky. Honestly, I'd love to live in Kentucky. One tiny home for the fam, one tiny home for the whiskey. That's funny. I've been listening to a lot of songs lately it sounds like the singers are goats. Like not like greatest of all time, but actually goats. And it bothered me so much that I had to look it up the other day. I had to look into it. I Googled it or searched it up. I guess searched it up is replacing Google it as a term, but I searched it up. And I guess there's a thing when you sing that's called the vibrato. And it's like your voice is kind of like a goat. And I've been noticing it in more and more music lately, and it sounds like some sort of shitty auto-tune. And I'm having a hard time listening to songs, even if they're enjoyable songs. One of them is the Post Malone song, I Had Some Help. If you listen to that, he's friggin' goat city. He's all, like just goat. Total friggin' bothers me. And I can't not hear it. Another one, which is actually worse, is a song called, how was I going to remember this? Tim Taylor, Tim Allen, not Home Improvement, Last Man Standing. A song called Last Man Standing by Livingston. The entire song, it's like they try to hold a note, and it just sounds like a goat. Listen to the song Last Man Standing by Livingston. And once you hear it, you'll never not hear it. And it's like everywhere now. And I'm like, why all of a sudden, should I taste whiskey like that? Would that make me, this is so, I don't know. It's been bothering me. And now all of you know that I don't like the vibrato. Even if it's supposed to make great singers, great singers. Can't help it. Glass D. Ooh. The furnace gives me anxiety. It's when it's so loud and I have to talk over it. I'm not a loud talker, so I feel like I have to talk over the furnace and then it's a whole problem. Ooh. Glass D. Wow, Glass D is a lot like Kool-Aid. Like a cherry Kool-Aid. For sure. I think I held this one in my hand so long that it started to develop the aroma because it warmed up a bit. Maybe I should hold on to Glass E next. Hold on to Glass E while I'm tasting Glass D. You know what I mean? It's like assembly line of warmth. Ooh. What is that? Glass D is like ginger ale, and it's like an oily ginger ale. But there are like the cherry from the nose kind of follows through, but it's much more ginger ale than cherry on the palate. I think I love cherry whiskey. Oh, the furnace finally shut down. That was brutal. It took a toll on me. Where do I put this one? D. So a bit of fizziness, a bit of effervescence, a bit of, I would say, it lingers. With this one, very, very good. I like it a lot. The very finish of the palate does a bit of like a sparkly, bitter thing that I could see myself marking it down just because of that in this flight, but it's still really good. Cherry nose, not cherry, red Kool-Aid nose. Kool-Aid. Ginger ale. Bitter. Glass E, which is conveniently already in my hand being warmed. Let's see here. Loud and clear, no worries about the furnace. It just bothers me because it's loud in my ear. It's not that loud on your end, that's good. Any luck getting your drone? No. As far as I know about the drone, it's still on the top of Rickhouse A. It's still on Warehouse A. Unless somebody got it down and didn't mention it. ADHD paths to get to the song name is exactly how my brain works. I kind of have to do that. Yeah. I mean, it did work. It honestly worked. Michael Scott-esque memory jog. Yeah. I do that a lot with other things. Things that I shouldn't talk about. Let's see here, Jason Kobe. I'm gonna remix the drone song with the goat for you, dude. And by the way, that song. So, Jason Kobe made the drone song, but then the actual song came on the other day on the playlist, the real song, and I couldn't hear anything but Jason's song, and I think Jason's song is better. That sucker's gone. What? No. Talking about the drone. Oh, it's gone? Someone took it, you think? You think someone took it? All right, glass E. Okay, glass E is different. Glass E is... I'm just going to throw this out there for those of you who aren't paying attention. You might not know what this is, but for those of you who have been following along, this smells a lot like port. It's very red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong there. Holy shit. When I started saying red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting, as soon as it said cream cheese frosting, my brain did a thing where it like literally bitch slapped me for saying red velvet. And it was like, you mean carrot cake? And then I was like, I've never thought about carrot cake. Then I smelled it It smells like a carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. Is that a note that a normal port finished bourbon would smell like? Holy balls. That's what that, oh my gosh. This has got to be has to be the Foregate, just based off the nose, but I never ever got carrot cake before. But it's remarkably carrot cake. Four Roses, port finish, carrot cake. Ooh. So, the nose on it is very decadent, like a homemade carrot cake. Not a get from the store carrot cake, a homemade carrot cake on the nose. The palate, after tasting what I just tasted, is a bit subdued, a bit like sucked in a little bit, a bit tight-lipped, a bit quiet. It's a whisperer. It talks to you in your ear like this, like nobody knows that you're whispering, but they can't hear you, but they know you're talking when you shouldn't be. You know what I mean? So you're just being more rude by letting everyone know that you're talking. But I wouldn't consider this whiskey to be rude. I could just consider it to be politely quiet after what I just sipped. But not in a bad way, in a very good way. It's not blowing the doors off. It's not flavorful. It's flavorful, but not, it's not like a lifted experience. Tasting this by itself, I know is completely different, but in the flight, which was what matters, in the flight, it is a bit quieter. Which one was that? E? E. Okay. Second sip is where it was at. There it is. Wow, all right. All that talking for nothing. Very chocolatey, very, it's funny, on the nose is like a carrot cake, but on the palate is more of like a really, really dark chocolatey cupcake. I know people don't like this word, but, you know, if we were in the closest of friends, not public, I would have made a funnier joke, but it's moist, very, like a moist dark chocolate cupcake. This has got to be the Foregate, but that port adds like this twist of I hesitate because I want to say the right words. So I've already used the word decadence, so let's scratch that out. If there were a word that meant decadent that wasn't decadent, that's where I'm trying to go here. It's like a moist chocolate cupcake, but then that port finish adds this layer of like, not complexity, but like, it's like a royal chocolate cupcake. Like a royal chocolate cupcake. So I'm gonna say carrot cake nose. Royal, stupid, chalk cupcake palette. The weird thing about Foregate picks, and I don't know if I'll do one ever again. I've always wanted to do one, so this year I did one. And by me saying this, don't think that I'm not happy with the Foregate pick that I did, because I am. I really, really enjoy it. The Love Potion, I love it. But it's very nerve-wracking because shit. That's a hard word.
intricacies.
Thank you. Nerve-wracking? Nerve-wracking? Is it nerve-wracking? Whatever. But, so you pick the base, you pick the whiskey, the barrel that you like the most, but then they finish it, and then when it's finished, you don't taste it until, you know, they sell it to you. So that's what makes it so nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh, you get a room. OHIO, get a room. Let me guess, Buckeyes. Very good. Shit, I dropped my notes. I do need a clipboard. Luscious is a good word. Sex? It tastes like sex? No. But I can see where you're going with that. Just joined. What's the pooted? Pour of the day? Pour. Oh man. I almost got there, but I didn't. Do a pick and make a video at Evernorth next week? Hell yeah. Fry or pop. Dude, enjoy that. They're Dan and Sean, if you haven't met them, they're amazing people. Hold on a second. Community. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I don't know how to do this, and I want to do it. Oh, maybe here? No. I'm looking in... Oh, here we go. Search. Damn it. Mm-mm. Crap. Never mind. I was looking for something, and I apologize for the last 3 minutes, but I couldn't find it. I thought Friar Pop was talking shit in my comments. Must have been wrong. Unless, of course, I just couldn't find them. But enjoy Evernorth, dude. You're going to love it. Are regular 4-gate bottles worth it? They come with a hefty price tag. Depends on which ones and who you ask, but a lot of the ones I've had have been really, really good. Porter order of the day? That's what we're working on. We're working on the porter order. Oh, you're only going from Kalamazoo? That's not too bad. Little short run over there. Smoke Hill 134 proof has to be the last one of the night. Yeah. I started my night off with 141 proof friggin' cowboy bourbon, so that's just the way that worked. What letter are we on? F? Oh, I should have been warming F the entire time. Ooh, what is F? What is F? That's a barrel pick of mine? Here, I'm going to close my eyes, and I just want you guys to see it. If you have the order, then you'll know. Let me see if my hand's in focus. There, flip it. No spoilers. I'm just doing this for you guys. Because based off first smell, I'm like, that was a pick of mine. It's very like golden. It smells like ridiculously good. It's like golden, sweet. There's like a bit of a Cheerio note there, but not Cheerio in a way that I understand that Cheerios could have a bad smell, but it's like a really good Cheerio. Cheerio. Wait a minute. The more I'm nosing it, the more the Cheerio note is being not quite. Maybe I enjoyed it so much the first smell because it smelled so different. It smells different though. It's a very different nose than the rest of these so far, and I'm enjoying that a lot. I don't want to pick a bunch of barrels that have the same friggin' notes to them. You know what I mean? I want them to all be different, a variety. I want them to be very good and offer a great experience, but be different. Almost like a Cheerio graham cracker. Weird. All right, don't hatch. Huh. What is that note? There's like a green Jolly Rancher note on that. I wonder if I tasted that again, if I taste that same note. But nose different. Sweet Cheerios. Palate green Jolly Rancher. This is gonna be hard. Oh, shit, I wonder. I don't want to do this, but I'm already this. I got caramel apple sucker. That was one of my notes on the Green River pick. And then I said green Jolly Rancher on here. That could be the Green River. Really good though. I like that a lot. All right, moving on. We have what? 4 left? 4 left. Did you ever get a chance to try 13th Colony 15th anniversary? That's a tough question to answer because if I were to answer your question honestly, the honest answer to that is absolutely yes every single day. I have the chance. I bought a bottle of it and it was expensive, and then I read mixed reviews of it and watched mixed reviews of it before I opened it, and then I didn't open it. So I have an unopened bottle of it. And I still don't know whether or not to open it. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I could probably trade that for something I know I'd absolutely love. But also, I don't want to be that person. But I don't want to open it and then feel a certain way about it and then not drink it. You know what I mean? It'd just be another open bottle. And I don't want to review something that's not available anymore, if that makes sense. Like, what does a 15th anniversary 13th Colony review do for anybody right now? Nothing at all. It was either like, review it immediately or don't review it at all. But also, David, I'm not sure if I might have a sample of it in my 1 ounce Wednesday box. I don't remember receiving a sample of it, but I can't be sure if there's one in there or not. What's up, Bourbon Apprentice? I need to ask what it would take for a 1 ounce flight of all your picks of the year. Okay, I'm almost wiping out the letters off these glasses. To be totally honest, Travis, what it would take would be for me to have like a handful of shipments that need to be sent out. If somebody were here and just did it, then it would take, it's nothing except for me doing it. So I could sit here and tell you that I would happily get that to you, which I could and I would, but it would take it'd take a long time. So if you're okay with waiting, then just remind me every once in a while, and then eventually I'll get to it. I'd be happy to send you one, Travis. You're the man. But I have an issue with getting things completed, and I have a lot of things that need to get done, if that makes sense. I've overpromised on some things that I have stuck in the back of my head that are eating away at me that I need to get done. Map Madness is coming up soon, actually very soon, and I need to get some things that are weighing me down off my head, off my shoulders, and then the normal me would be like, dude, I'll get it to you. But in the situation I'm in right now with how everything is going productive-wise, I would say that be patient and you'll have it. That's all I can say about that. Be that guy and trade it? Yeah. Anything wrong with trading a bottle? Don't just say I don't want to be that guy. I guess I don't want to be the guy who's just... I'm not sitting on it waiting for its value to increase or anything. It's just I bought it and I don't want to necessarily open it if I'm not going to like it. I'd rather trade it for something I know I'm going to love, and knowing that the person I trade it to is going to love that. That's all I'm saying, yeah. Bland's is an overpriced mixer, in my opinion. Bland's is pretty good, though. Bland's is pretty good. That Buffalo Trace flavor profile is damn good. And prices are falling. Prices are falling all over the world. As Walmart once said, watch for falling prices on your bourbon. Man, what is this? So now I'm on glass G. And G is... So, here comes the furnace again. Heat it up. Heat it up. Heat it up. Oh shit. I talked to Outlaw yesterday on the phone. He calls me. It's glorious. Am I awkward on the phone with him? So awkward. I don't know why, but I am. But he said a tasting note that I was going to steal from him, and then I forgot it. But me saying that I've been using a new tasting note recently reminds me of that conversation. This glass reminds me of an auto garage, like some sort of like greasy, like grease and oil, and like get your hands really down in the engine bay, and then it reminds me of working on a car, and I like that. A bit of a wrenching activity this one is. Ooh. Oh, wow. The palate on it, though, is like, ooh. Good grief. What? That might be my favorite one so far. What the hell? I'm not sure if it's just what I just tasted and then going to that. The nose and the palate on this glass currently, for me right now, I was not expecting what it tasted like after smelling it. It is so creamy and like, it's the consistency of like a, in my head I picture coffee creamer, but I know it's not a coffee creamer. It's thicker than that. But it's like a melted cream saver kind of deal. Like a very sweet, but also creamy and oily and just like, it's like if you were a baby and you wanted the best breast milk, and then you got the best breast milk, but that breast milk were flavored with like this strawberry twist, and you were like, what on earth is that? And how did that happen? Strange things happen when you were a little one. But that's what it reminds me of. It's like a melted cream saver consistency with like a strawberry or red flavored twist to it. Oh man, G, I'll say what I smelled was car part nose, palate. Shit, I gotta fix this. Palate, cream savor, oily, strawberry. Oh man, this is gonna be a hard flight. Thank goodness we are how many down? 7 down, and I haven't found anything I don't like yet, or anything that is making me wonder why I picked it. So far, so good. But there are 3 left. Why is this at an angle? I'm looking at new shelving lately. Have any of you purchased shelving from Amazon? It's a pretty cheap shit, but it holds a whole bunch of weight, it says. Does anybody have any cheap shelving options or like thoughts? And I'm talking like cheap. You know what I mean? Like cheap shelving options that I should look at, because I want to get some stuff off the floor and get my shit together here, but I don't know what kind of shelving to get. A Texas bourbon blind, like a blind flight of Texas bourbon. I may have done something like that previously, but yeah, as long as if they're all Texas whiskeys, then I know what I'm getting myself into. Then I can actually like put on that barrier of, it's like an armor. It's like a thick shelled armor, knowing that you're defending yourself. I mean, enjoying Texas whiskey. I do that for sure. That would be fun, actually. I want to try that Russell's Reserve 160 proof. I thought I heard about it on the Junkies video the other day. Yeah, some of the barrels that went into Russell's 15. That would be amazing. That's so high proof. Start the small task, build momentum. Knocking something off the list helps me knock more off the list. Agree, totally agree. Friar Pop, dude, that's super, super nice of you. Gifted 10 ADHD Whiskey memberships. Dude, Friar Pop. Psh, high five, man. Thank you. That's super, super cool and very generous. I appreciate it. Steve Tack 5150. Did you get a barrel pick from the Wild Turkey trip with Sean and Dan? Yeah, I did. It's in this flight tonight. My pick was the only one that's been released yet. Mine was called Final Flight because I lost my drone. And so mine's already been released. Dan and Sean's barrel theirs have not, wow. Their barrel has not been released yet, nor has Alec Bradley's barrel. He'll probably do an uncut series for that, I would imagine. Unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he'll do an uncut series for the Russell's pick. And then, I don't think that Justin's House of Bourbon, or Ryan, has released his yet either. I think mine was bottled first. Did you get it? Oh yeah. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Steve. That's very, very nice of you. Just realized I was 20 minutes behind in the stream. Laugh out loud. Ah, man, the gift membership stopped my chat. That's hilarious. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Kevin Hodgins is here. What's up, Kevin? Dude, Kevin, I have so much whiskey. You need to... Kevin is the only person that is a viewer that I know lives within 10 minutes of me. Kevin, you need to come drink some of this whiskey. Supercharger oil? I don't remember... Do you remember what whiskey I gave that note on? I don't remember which whiskey it was, but it was very specific, and I stand by it, I think. There's something about changing an oil that's in a part of a vehicle that hasn't been changed ever. It's just a very unique smell. Clean the sample bottle, says Mark. Assemble the whiskey bottles, pour the samples, tighten and wrap the caps. Are you telling me about how to send an ounce? Pack in the padded box, measure and weigh the box, print pirate ship label based on measurements, tape that shit to the box, drop that local Stevia CPS drop location. Yep. It sounds really easy. Unfortunately, I get overwhelmed by the idea of doing small things, so they get done. They all get done eventually. Even the things that people think I've forgotten about will get done. I promise. They're eating away at me. They're nagging at me, and I know you don't believe it, but they are. And they will get accomplished, and I will apologize up and down when they do happen. But I owe a few things to some people, and it'll happen. But until those happen, I can't really take on other, what do you call it? I feel like I'm sympathetically hearing our furnaces louder. Okay, well, hey, okay, Travis says pirate ship 100%. But that's yes, with a caveat. If you purchase second day air or next day air, anything that you pay a bunch of money to get somewhere quickly and it doesn't get there on time, if there's a delay or something, it's guaranteed. Pirate ship in their fine print, and I know this for a fact because it's happened not once, not twice, but 3 times. They don't. UPS, okay, the UPS, you can't file a claim with UPS because you purchased it through a third party. Does that make sense? Like, it didn't originate from their location, it originated from your location. So if you spent $60 to overnight a set of samples to somebody and they didn't get there for 3 days and they guaranteed it, and then they normally would reimburse you for the guarantee, they won't, because you purchased it through a third party. Regular ground stuff, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there, then pirate ship for sure. But if you want to cross your fingers, then do that. Dude, did you gift 10 more? Or am I behind? Dude, Friar Pop, did you just do that twice? Or did my shit? Yeah, you did. Holy shit, Friar Pop. Good grief. I've only ever bought my shelving off of Facebook. IKEA cubes. The ones behind me are Walmart cubes that I'm hoping that they don't feel like they're wobbling at all, but I have them clamped, like, you know, like the C clamp. I have them all clamped together. They feel sturdy, but at the same time, I put them together and I know they're not put together very well. It's kind of scary. Email is ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. All right, now we're on to sample J. And sample J is root beer, a root beer barrel candy, a little bit. It's got a bit of a zest to it, a bit of like a spritz on the nose. It's popping out of the glass. It's like a bourbon pop rock or a whiskey pop rock. Yeah. It smells very, very good. Whoa. Wow. Phew. That is, what is that? It's very sparkling, very root beer like, very, oh, Tootsie Roll. Which one was that? J? Oh, I just taste, oh shit, did I just taste J? I just tasted J on accident, I think. Yeah, I went out of order. That's totally my bad. Did anyone else catch that? Did you guys catch that? And then, is your BK81 going to make it? Going to make the flight tonight? The flight, it's not on the flight. These are just single barrel picks. BK81 was a blend of mine. BK81 was a blend of mine. And come on. Get in focus. That's BK. This thing's heavy, by the way. It's a heavy bitch. 2024 double platinum winner, Barrel King Knighted Bourbon Batch 81. Doesn't matter what I think at this point. Doesn't matter what I think. It's a winner. We're just seeing if I picked good barrels. Pretty sure that was a J. Trackhawk oil whiskey. Yeah, I want a flat surface for shelving. Keegan's very late. That's fine. It's a Dundee. It's a Dundee. Wear the ascot or else. I can't wear an ascot. So that was J. What did I say? Root beer Tootsie Roll? Alright, now I need to go back to... Did I do G? Yeah, I did G. So I need to do H and I. What's that noise? I can't tell if I'm hearing things or if there's like a car alarm going off. That's a fun thing to have happen. Alright, let's go to H. Not O-H-I-O either. It's just H. Can you hear that? That's so weird. It sounds like a car alarm, sort of, but not at all. Very weird. All right, H. H is very barrel char-like. Very, it smells hot. It smells like it's gonna be high proof. It's concentrated. A lot of barrel influence. The splinter in my finger. Ow. I had a really good rant for tonight that I forgot about. So it must not have been that important. H is very, it's powerful. H is powerful. Molasses. Power. Molasses. Rich. And what is that noise? It's got to be something up here. I don't know. Oh shit, dude, Jason just says, just cracked the Slippin' Jimmy 2. Wow, it's like a chimpanzee with a machine. What the hell does that mean? I love the note, but I forgot that was in this flight when you said that. I wonder which one that is. Man. All right, let's go to I. Michigan is still the champs. So I don't watch college football at all. My high school was too small for... Oh, you know what it is? It's my ice maker. I think my ice maker's dying. Because it just started making a different noise. Yeah, it's my ice maker. It's wild. So my high school was too small for college football. Wow, high school was too small for high school football. So I never got into college football or NFL at all. But we did have basketball teams, so I love watching college basketball, and I used to love watching the NBA. But when I wear my Michigan State hoodie, I've loved watching Michigan State basketball, you know, in the past. Plus, Tom Izzo is still a coach, so still a big Tom Izzo fan. He's from DUP, Iron Mountain. Glass eye. Man, you guys are really into college football, huh? I is a different direction than Glass H. More of a vanilla wafer, or like a graham cracker. Ooh. Maybe like, you know those pre-made pie crusts you can buy? It's like a pre-made pie crust. Very nice though. Ooh. What is that? Damn, I is good. That is like kind of banana-y. A little bit of a banana flavor profile to it. Banana bread. And shit, second sip. What is that? That is hella good. Banana bread. Trail mix. It's like the best part about trail mix is the sweet and salty combination. And that's what that reminded me of, like the raisiny M&M trail mix, but then there's also like a sunflower seed in there, like a bit of a salty nut, but not peanut. Just a trail, like an overall, if you're as big as me, you've dumped a bag of trail mix in your mouth before. And that's typically what I do. Just fill it up and chomp it. Banana bread and trail mix. Damn, that's good. So I've tasted them all. I've given them all initial scores. What made me want to do this actually was, so I sent Nashville Barrel Company a message the other night saying that I wanted to do another barrel pick with them if they wanted to send me samples again. When I did that, I thought I should probably retaste the last one I did. So I retasted Tenesaki, and I was like, holy shit, that's really good. Like, I forgot how good it was. Then I was like, is that better than this or that? And then I wanted to do this entire flight. Oh, wow. That noise was my ice maker. That thing is like a loudmouth. It was driving me crazy. Need to unplug it. Can't stand Notre Dame. That's great. Banana Bread Trail Mix. Old Forester Single Barrel Proof. I didn't do a pick of that. That would be fun though. What brands usually have banana notes? Is that a Brown-Forman thing? A lot of people get banana notes on Jack Daniels. A lot of people get banana notes on 1792, which is, not that. It's a Sazerac product. So banana notes typically come on not for me, because I'm a person who doesn't typically pick up on banana. But Jack Daniels, Old Forester, Barton, and Barton 1792. So Barton, Old Forester, Jack Daniels, I think are the three prominent banana notes, but I typically don't pick up on that. I'm partially convinced that my red wine note is the banana note that people get on Jack Daniels, because every Jack Daniels product I taste, I'm like, oh, it's got a red wine finish, but I don't taste banana. And then other people say, oh, there's banana, so it's got to be Jack Daniels. Then I mention red wine, and they're like, I don't taste that. In my mind, I might be associating red wine with their banana note. But on the case of sample I, there was a banana bread there. So it can't be Jack Daniels. It can't be any of those. I didn't do a Barton pick. I didn't do a Brown-Forman pick this year. But thank you for the segue, Alec. I have a date for, this is just more news for Patreon. I have a date this spring for a Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Tennessee Whiskey pick and a Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Rye pick. So those are coming. I have a date that is like not quite confirmed, but pretty much confirmed for May. I'll be doing both of those picks. And Alec, I know your birthday is in May, but would kind of like to have you on the pick if you could do it. It's going to be a fun pick crew, a unique pick crew, and I've got room for a couple more, but I know your birthday is in May, so are you free in May at all, Alec? Send me those dates. I know so I have most of the crew filled up, and there were 2 spots left. And I invited Alec to it last year, and he couldn't do it, but what? Holy shit. Congratulations, Alec. I did not know that. Number 2. Who does number 2 work for? Dude, Alec. That makes me so happy to hear that. Okay, that made my night. You didn't tell me that already. Did you? You didn't. When did I see you last? September? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. You didn't know. The last time I saw you, you didn't know. Dude, congratulations. Or if you didn't, or maybe you knew but you didn't, it was at the very beginning. Alec, congratulations, dude. Yeah, I'm so happy. That makes me so freaking happy. Oh no, Travis, listen. I love you, and I know what you meant, but at the same time, we'll talk. Howlerhead Banana Bourbon, Dana White's bourbon. You told me at Wild Turkey, but there was a lot of drinking, especially when you're in. So Alec, when I thought that you might have told me, I was thinking that we may have been in the hot tub. It was just me and you. So if you listen to, I got to retaste some of these, but in the meantime, there is a podcast with, damn it, this bothers me so much. I have a very hard, the Mashup podcast with Kenny. with Ken. So Kenny has his podcast, and Ryan was joining him, and then Adam Sandler, and then Bruce Russell, and Dan and Sean. And they were doing a podcast together. And nobody cares about what me and Alec have to say about anything. So me and Alec, first me, I was like, you know what, I'm going in the hot tub outside this Airbnb. So I went in the hot tub and I was like, I'm enjoying this hot tub. And then Alec was like, dude, they don't care what I have to say either. So he jumped in the hot tub with me and we had conversation. I honestly do not remember you telling me that though. It was in September 4th to be exact. I'm just as surprised now though, dude. And congratulations. Hell yes. Oh, Alec, father of two. Glorious son of a bitch. Did I say Adam Sandler? I sure did. The dude looks exactly like Adam Sandler. I want to taste glass A. Wow. You know what's funny? That's really funny. So, I gotta say this. Almost dropped that shit. I'm gonna grab glass. Which one? Which one are you? Hold on. I need to grab another glass to taste it, but I have something to say about glass A. What is A? I. G. Okay. G. So, when I tasted glass A originally, thought it was awesome. Then when I got through the entire flight, there is a rye whiskey in this flight. And what I was going to say is, I got through all of these samples, and I don't even know which one the rye was, which is hilarious, because it should stick out like a sore thumb. But I rated glass A very high. And then I went back to glass A, was my first, because it was the first one I sipped, but also one of the highest ratings. I went back to glass A, and then realized that, oh shit, maybe that might have been a rye whiskey. If you care. It's funny. Now I'm going to taste glass G again. G. Man, that was good. G is damn good. Which other ones? J and B maybe? All right. Let's see. So I'm going to try to put these in some sort of an order as we go. A, B, J. All right. So this one is B. Ooh. Going back through them now and things are like, the furnace is on and it makes me so weird. I'm sorry. All right. All right. So I'm going to see here. If I put this one here in this order, and then there's J. So I have I've retasted A, G, B, and this is J. Wow, J is funky. I think that if I was initially gonna guess which one was the rye, I would have said J. But now going back to it, it smells like it's super molasses. Did I say molasses? I said molasses on H. J is uber molasses. But the palate is so much lighter than the nose. It's very, very interesting. Shit, this is hard. I've tasted A, G, B, J, G, B, J, G, I. I want to retaste I. That's C. Which one's I? I. Man, I smells really good. I was the banana bread trail mix. It's pretty light on the palate. I give it a very high initial score. This is damn good though. I think I'm gonna put it, okay, I'm gonna move this order down here. So, broke a glass. Oh, I didn't break it, I just spilled it. That's fine. I knocked it off. J. I before J, and then D. J wasn't there. This is harder than it looks. Believe me. Harder than it looks. G. Which one was G? Shit, is that C or G? Oh, I already retried G. Alright. E. Oh, E was the carrot cake one? Oh, I like E a lot. F. Which one was F? Green Jolly Rancher. And then H. Alright. F. Just D. F. I used a glass marker on these, and the glass marker is wearing off fast. So I'm going to try E and F next to each other to get in the correct order. All right, E and F. Whoops. Which is funny because I tried them next to each other already. Yeah, it didn't break. It sounded like it broke though. Wait a minute, what does E smell like? The E is carrot cake all the way. The palate's a bit lacking. F. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now I remember what E tasted like, because I didn't write down guesses on here, but E makes sense now. F. Damn, that's good. J. I dropped J. J was kind of the bitch. I think I have my order. Pretty sure I got the porter order, I think. I've realized that I have an issue with something, and I will reveal that in a second. But I do need some water because my freaking mouth is like falling apart. This is my problem. This happened last week when I did the top 24 of 2024. What I did was I tasted the initial 24 and I gave them initial scores. Then I did a bunch of retasting, and by the time I got to the best ones, my palate was fatigued, and then I didn't have the, I won't say I didn't have the ability, but I didn't give myself the time because I felt rushed. And tonight we're over 2 hours deep on the live stream, and I don't want to feel rushed, but I kind of do. So what I did was I just really rushed through the final tastings, which I don't want to do, which is why I wanted to revisit my top 10 from last week, because I believe, honestly, that if I revisited the top 10 from last week, the top 3 or 4, there would have been some changes. You know what I mean? When you have an oaky whiskey, like, there's no reason that Knob Creek 18 beat Russell's 15. That should not have happened. When I was thinking about it, when I was falling asleep at night, I realized that I just rushed myself. After tasting 24 pours, there should have been a significant break. And then after tasting other things to place things, there should have been a significant break before I tasted the top 5. Because at some point, your palate's fatigued, oak tastes like oak, it's hard to differentiate stuff, and that's what happened. So I'm going to say that I really rushed myself through some of these at the end. But that's okay, because it doesn't mean anything. It's just, I love all of these. These are freaking barrel picks. These are my barrel picks for 2024, so I want to find out which ones are my favorite. And we're going to do it. Friar Pop gifted 10. Are you serious, dude? That's 30 so far. Dude, thank you so much. You are super generous, and that is amazing. And I appreciate you. Everyone go over to Friar Pop and give him a subscription. Subscribe to Friar Pop. He's gifted 30 memberships tonight, which is beyond, way beyond generous. So head on over to Friar Pop on YouTube and give him a subscription, please. Subscribe to his channel. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. California wildfires. Jeez Louise. For Friar Pop, I posted his link in the chat, so just click on that, go over there, subscribe to Friar Pop's channel, and then come on back. Mm. 39 months, Cheech. Thank you so much, Cheech. I love you too. I love you, man. I love you, Cheech. We should do a live stream soon together. We should friggin' stream together. I'll send you a flight, you send me a flight, and we just chill and hang out for the night. Does that sound good? And by the way, Hold on. Do you have an account called Teach Arlino and one for your channel, or did you just change your channel name to Teach Arlino? Question mark. All right. What the hell? Friar Pop. Good grief, man. 20 memberships now. Friar Pop's on fire. I'm just a tater on YouTube. Dude, that's BS. To be honest, Friar, we're all just taters on YouTube. That's just the way it is. And if you are yourself and you're vulnerable and let yourself, like, let your guard down and let people see you for you, then people will love you. And that's kind of the thing I live by. Just be honest and be genuine. And the fact that you say you're a tater, I appreciate that. That's what we all are at heart. You know? Unless, of course, you say you're not. In which case you're lying and fibbing and nobody will subscribe. Because everybody knows that you are. Friar is the giving spirit. So, I have both Whiskey Encore and my personal account. Okay, that makes sense. Hell yeah, Cheech. By the way, Whiskey Encore, the best. He goes late night or when the bourbon... He used to go on after the Bourbon Junkies when the Bourbon Junkies streamed every Tuesday night. But now that the Bourbon Junkies stream once every 7 Tuesday nights, you can just go to Whiskey Encore and watch him. Alright, this is in order. I think my mom... Worst batch of Stag Jr.? No idea. Top of my head, I don't know. I haven't tasted any of the recent ones. Jason friggin', hell yeah. Alright, I think my mom posted my great mother. My loving mother. That's what she did. Oh man. So, I want you to keep in mind that if something comes in last place, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means after tasting through all these and realistically giving them initial scores, some of them I didn't even retaste. So I think that maybe pay more attention to the ones I say I love the most and pay less attention to the ones I say I like the least. Because I didn't retaste the ones towards the back. And some of them actually may have made it to the front had I retasted them. But you can only taste so much in a given night. Therefore, with a huge grain of salt, this is my order. I didn't retaste H. H I said was powerful, molasses, and rich. But after a little deliberating, I came in last place. H is 8. 8 is Ben Holiday, the Old West Saloon Bourbon. That makes sense in a blind flight. That totally makes sense in a blind flight. Because it's a unique flavor profile. That's exactly what it is. It's an Old West Saloon pour. Like, it's not traditional. It's not like something that we're used to tasting. It's different. It's outside of the box. It's bold. It's powerful. And it makes you like sit back and go, wow, that's crazy. In the blind flight, it didn't, like, it came in last because I think for the same reasons. It's just different. Ben Holiday, awesome, but different. In 9th place was Glass either C or G. C. Glass C is letter. Your number 6. Number 6, according to my mom. Oh, Sagamore whiskey. That's Evernorth guinea pig. So that's this one. That's the Evernorth Essence from Dan and Sean. It's 122 proof. It is it's the Sagamore Experimental Mash Bill. 4-year-old, 56 corn, 25 rye, 19 malted barley. I said this was the underdog going in because of the age. Dan and Sean priced their single barrels so, like, still one of the best values in bourbon. Like, that's what I said when I released this. Absolutely amazing whiskey by absolutely amazing people and super affordable. So if you put this in a category of value versus quality, this would stand out because the quality is amazing. The price is just right. Shit, let me see if I can, are there other comments? I want to leave that highlighted, but get more comments. Evernorth is killing it. Rare Bird says, go Russells. That's hilarious. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, so then in 8th place is, I wonder, did I retaste D? D was the Kool-Aid ginger ale, a bit bitter. Huh. Ooh. So this is what's funny. I love that so much. But I'm going based off my rankings. I can't sit here and drink all night. Otherwise I'll be a sloppy mess. So D, man, it is what it is. I love that. That is so good. But it's in 8th place. What is it? 10. What was 10? 10 was a Green River? What were my notes on that? D. Is that D? Is that what I said? This glass marker wears off pretty quick. You have to be careful. D was red Kool-Aid ginger ale, bit bitter on the back. Red Kool-Aid nose. So I did have a guess. I had a Green River guess. My Green River guess was, where is it at? Was F, because they said F had a Jolly Rancher, a green Jolly Rancher to it. So I questioned myself, was that the Green River? No, I was wrong. Green River was D. Also a bargain friggin' barrel proof whiskey. So glass E was in 7th place. Carrot cake nose, royal chocolate cupcake. Shit. This is either the Evernorth rye whiskey, this one, or the Foregate bourbon whiskey finished in port barrels. If I had to guess, I would say it's the Foregate. That was my original guess. It is number 5. What's 5? One Russell's, 2 Evernorth, 3 Candyland, 4 Cherry. Oh, 5. 5, yeah. So she put 4 twice. But 5 is Love Potion. So in 7th place was the Foregate. By itself, that pour is so good. By itself, remarkable. But in a flight, it ends up where it ends up. Adam says, just jumped in, haircut is razor sharp. Dude, actually, look at, can you see this? Over here, The hard part, friggin' too much, a little bit too hard of a part. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to complain too hard. But that's my widest hard part ever. Widest one. Here comes the furnace again. Here it is. Mom, the meatloaf. Dude, David Jennings, I love you, man. So every year I do a David Jennings podcast. I don't have a podcast. Live stream. So I'm going to have Cheech on. David Jennings, Redbird, do you want to do a live stream one night? I'd love to have you on. And you normally send me a flight. But this time I want to send you a flight and you send me a flight. We'll swap flights this time. Because I feel like you just spoil me and it's unnecessary. So I want to have friggin' David Jennings on. Furnace time, that's right. FURNACE time. Warm up the garage. The furnace does nothing for the garage. The furnace warms the home. But, it's in the garage. Hell yeah! Makes me so happy. So, Cheech Ardolino, live stream coming up. Me and friggin' Whiskey Encore, Cheech. A Rarebird 101 live stream coming up. Me and David Jennings. I get so much smarter every time I talk to David Jennings. Can't wait. So I've got that. I've got a friggin'. And then I have an Outlaw live stream coming up. Outlaw is going to do a blind flight that I sent him on a live stream. And that's going to be a blast. And then Matt Madness. This is going to be a friggin'. I'm so pumped. I am pumped for 2025. Hell yes. Where are we at? 10, 9, 8. Did we do E? Yes, we just did E. So 6th place. 6th place is letter F. I said nose different. Sweet Cheerios Green Jolly Rancher. So that's F. What is this one? Wow. Is that the Evernorth? Is that the rye? I'm so confused. Like, that is... I couldn't be happier with all these picks. I feel like in the past, if I did all my picks for the year, some of them would stand out as, like, below what I wanted them to be. This was really hard. And I think that some of them fell where they fell just because it's a blind flight. But the fact that this F came in 6th place is crazy cool. Which number is it? It's number L or 7? Probably number 7. What's 7? Oh shit, I got rid of my mom's message. Oh no, where'd it go? Can I find it still? Is it still up there? Is it still there? I'm scrolling up. There it is. Whew, we got there. Number 7. Oh, she just posted it again. Oh, she's sweet. Thank you, Mom. Love you. What? Okay, she's drunk. I gotta go back up to her first one. Now I don't know whether to believe her or not. Okay, what did I just say? F? 7. 7 is Tennessee. Alright, that's... When I tasted that Nashville Barrel Company pick the other night, it was like 4 nights ago. I just had a sip of it and I was like, wow. Holy shit, that is so good. And I was right. That is really, really good. Good grief. I'm smiling because I'm happy that if I get concerned that the barrels I pick, and this is like an inside thing, like an inner mat thing, when I'm worried that I do barrel picks and then people tell me that they like them if they really don't. It's a weird thing. But I don't taste them next to each other, especially after a while. Like, I haven't had Tennessee in months and months and months. Then I tried it the other night and I was like, shit, that's really good. I could not be happier with the way this blind flight is going because I've loved every one of these. And that Tennessee's like, and also I'm getting a shipment of Nashville Barrel Company stuff. And that's kind of like a boost, like a hell yeah. Like, that's freaking good. I don't know. This just makes me happy. I'm a happy guy. Happy guy, happy life. That's what they always say. Next up is 5th place. J. Root beer Tootsie Roll. Root beer sounds like a rye note. Tootsie Roll is a bit chocolate. I also spilled this on the floor, so there's not much left. I knocked it over. I went to put a glass down, I hit it, and it hit the floor. Did it break? No. Glencairns are weirdly strong in situations like this. What did that taste like? No idea. Alright, what is it though? I don't know. 5th place is 9? What's 9? Slippin' Jimmy from that's the Backbone pick? Whoa. Really? That's Slippin' Jimmy too? America. Furnace shut off. Really? You know what it is? It's super concentrated. It's like very boiled down. Like all those sweet MGP profile flavors, like the red licorice and the cherry fruits and stuff. It's like super concentrated. Wow. What did I say? Root beer. I guess I can see that. And Tootsie Roll. It's like, I can think the root beer note and the Tootsie Roll note is just like super concentrated, boiled down, like that's what's left of these cherry flavors. That's strange. Wow. It's a builder too. I'm surprised that finished where it finished. I'm surprised I didn't finish higher. Because that's damn good. Oh, I'm not keeping up with chat. This is a whole pain in my ass. Friar Pop. Is that another? Dude. This is not from earlier. Is this? No, it has to be. 20 minutes ago. If this is not what I've already thanked you for, then holy shit, thank you. That's crazy. No, I already said thank you for that one, I think. Oh, because I scrolled up to my mom's chat. That's what happened. Okay. That makes total sense. I'm so dumb. Have I done that every time? Probably not. Oh no. Now I've lost my mom's key. The only key that mattered. Shit. Where did it go? 8:39. I feel like I missed it again. That's what happened was I scrolled up to find my mom's message. And then when I started to re-talk to chat, I was starting from there. So that's my problem. That's a me issue. I'm sorry. Where are we? Come on. Now I'm concerned. Where are we at? 929. There it is. Wow. We got there. Now I'm scrolling down to the bottom. Is it 9 or 6? Oh, great question. Great question, Mom. Was that J? That's 9. It's a 9. Look at, like, I'll show you. That's 9 for sure. Because if it was 6, it would look like that. Focus. Yeah, that's a 9 for sure. But what is 6? 6 is... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, for sure. Thank you for actually asking me that, Mom, because that's... I could have screwed that up bad. Rewind screen capture and text you. Actually, you know what? Text me anyway. If you have my phone number, David, seriously text me because looks like a 6 to me. What? Okay, what did I say was 6 then? It's a 9. You already had the guinea pig in the list. So I think guinea pig was what? Oh, for sure. Okay, there's no. So this was sample. Dang it. The guinea. Oh, I just literally canceled my mom's chat out again. I am gonna lose my mind. I gotta literally quit clicking on things. I'm so terrible at this. Because you click on one thing, and then you click on another thing, and then that falls apart. Man. So this is, must be C, which is a barrel char unsweetened tea. So this versus this, E, J. So this is a 6. You see the curve? The little bit of a curve to the top? See the curve? Because if it was a 9, it looked like this. And that doesn't quite work because there's a curve. This is for sure a 9. And that is a 6. See what I mean? The 9s is the 6. Yeah, I'm so right. Totally right. All right, in 4th place was Glass Eye. Glass Eye, I said, banana bread trail mix. That's what it smells like. Damn, whoo. That's exactly what it tastes like. Heavy on the trail mix. Sample 1. Sample 1. What's 1? That's the Russells. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. So 4th place was the Russell's pick, which was an almost 9-year Tyrone Warehouse F. Tyrone F. That is so damn good. That's so good. In 3rd place is B. Bill and Ted's favorite number is what? No, Turkey Bomb was last year. This was Final Flight. Thanks, Flex Luthor. B, oak, dark, slightly thinner than the first, but barrel spice. The barrel spice on the finish of that is so lingering. That is very, very good. So glass A, the first glass I tasted, was so good that everything after that was so different. And it just fell a little bit short of that. Glass B is 4. What's 4? The cherry quicksand. Really? That doesn't... My tasting notes on that don't line up with the tasting notes that I put down. The overall experience was phenomenal, but the tasting notes that I put down were way different than the tasting notes that I tasted, if that makes sense. Like originally, cherry quicksand was cherry and oily and like literally cherry, but nowhere in my notes does it say cherry. It just says oak, dark, thinner than the first, lots of barrel spice. Second place was glass G. Glass G, what did I say G? Car part nose, but not like the palate. Palate, cream savors, melted, oily, strawberries. 96. So glass G was my highest score I gave anything initially, but after retasting G and A, I gave A the higher score. Shit, that's good. Oh, it's gotta be Candyland. 3, Candyland. I think I like Candyland significantly more than I like the cherry quicksand. They're different. Like, it's weird because they're both 11-year barrels of MGP blended with 1 gallon of the same 9-year MGP bourbon. But so that's these two. Second place, that means we already know what first place is. So second place was a 105.6 proof Barrel King single barrel I picked. Second place was a 108.8 proof. If you know anything about 11-year MGP, then that makes total sense. 11-year MGP is crazy good. A dash of 9-year in it just made it better in this situation, but Cherry Quicksand was in third place. Candyland was in second place, which is weird because when I initially scored these, I did not know this was the case. It's the only rye whiskey in the bunch, and it's this. It's the Evernorth Essence single barrel rye whiskey, and I think that me being a bit confused makes sense. It's a 6-year-old distillate from Sagamore, but it's 52 rye, 43 corn, 5 malted barley. So it's barely a rye whiskey. It's a rye whiskey, but barely. And it's friggin' delicious. Glass A. Holy shit. I actually I love bourbon way, 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 way more than I love rye. Like way more. I love bourbon so much more than I love rye. If there were 365 days in a year, just, you know, if we use our imagination, and I were to pick a drink every single night, if I had to be honest, I would probably take a bourbon. $325 times. That's how much more I like bourbon than rye. But this is remarkable. It's a low rye. The question is this. Is it better? Where the hell do I? This is one of my top 3 whiskeys of the year. America. This is Evernorth Arctic Spirit. Actually, no. There's a better comparison. This is finished. That's not. Oh my gosh. Because, shit. I can't do it this way. I have to do it a different way. Believe me when I say this. Arctic Spirit is like the best rye whiskey I've ever had. Top 5. Top 5 rye whiskeys I've ever tasted in my life. Arctic Spirit's there. But it's unfair because it's finished. I have, where is it here? Nope. I was gonna put out a video early next week for favorite single barrel of the year. Favorite single barrel I've tasted. And I had a dead giveaway for a winner because it belongs there. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna let this ride. I'm gonna taste, I feel like a shithead because it's my own pick. But I have a rye whiskey that's in the running for my favorite barrel pick of the year that I've tasted. My favorite single barrel of the year I've tasted. And I don't know if it's gonna be fair for me to do it right now, side by side. But there is another rye whiskey single barrel that somebody picked that I'm in absolute love with, that I think is remarkable. Like, absolutely. I tasted it blind, and I was like, what in the hell is that? And then when they told me what it was, I didn't believe them for a second, and I was like, are you sure about that? So good. Hot take, no one ever prefers wheated over high rye. Not necessarily. I think that there are a lot of new whiskey drinkers, like early on whiskey drinkers, that would prefer a sweeter, less aggressive, more approachable pour than a high rye pour, for sure. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man. David Jennings texted me. David Jennings texted me a friggin' text. I have an issue where, so here's this. It's my new phone. I dropped a bowling ball on this phone. I won I think I've already told the story, but I went on vacation this summer. I went to Missouri, and we did the Barrel King blend with the Junkies, and I hung out in Missouri for a bit. Then we went to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We went to Michigan for like a couple weeks. Then I drove home, so I missed a few weeks of friggin' summer league bowling. But we get home, and we do a strike pot every week. It's building. So like, you buy tickets, it's $1 a ticket. And then you can buy like however many tickets. But if your number gets picked, You get to throw one shot. If it's a strike, you win the pot. If it's not a strike, it builds towards next week. So we get home from vacation and we return to Summer League. My wife and I and her coworker and her husband. Friggin' Luke is the best. I love that guy. Super good looking, good bowler too. But we start Summer League again, and then out of nowhere, strike pot. Did I buy a ticket? Sure did. Did I buy 5? Sure did. Was one of the numbers they picked out of the friggin' bucket one of my numbers? Sure was. Porter steps up. Friggin' 3 weeks off, no big deal. Just no thumb. 2 fingers, no thumb. Just 10 back, baby. $1,100. Boom, bitches. $1,100. No big deal. So you know what I do? Friggin' gracefully accept it. High five everybody. Smile on my face. And then when she approaches me with the 1,100, what do I say? I'll take some of it, but take half of it and split it amongst your staff. Because they're great and they're here for us, and that's the reason we can bowl. It's because you have kids from high school who friggin'... So I got like, $550, and then the kids got $550. And then at the end of the night, I took my 14-pound Hammer Hazmat, which cracked afterwards, but threw it in the bag. But I forgot that I put my cell phone in the bag, in the bowling ball compartment. And in order for me to get this phone was $1,100 because I broke this phone, which I had to pay to repair because it has a bunch of tax write-off things on it. I couldn't access it. It wouldn't even work on the computer. I had to pay several $100s to have it fixed so that I could access its files. Where was I going with that? Oh, the point of the story was this. I got the new phone, and unfortunately what I did not do was transfer my old numbers from that phone to this phone. So when David Jennings just texted me that he wants to do the live stream, it's like I know David Jennings again because I didn't have his number set or saved in this phone. It's a beautiful, beautiful long story which ends in glorious lovemaking via, hey, is my drone still on the roof of Warehouse A? You should write a book. David Jennings, Warehouse A. Drone story. I don't know. Oh, shit. Oh, that's the best text I've ever got. Oh, the best text ever. This is Cheech, by the way. Also, same scenario, different person. David Jennings did not have my phone number, which I thought. But, same situation. Cheech, I haven't texted you in the last 7 months because your number is on this phone. And I never converged them. So, Cheech, I love you, brother. That's so funny. Oh, man. That's great. All right. He saw my hot take? What the hell happened? Everyone else, Rye 4 is my whiskey of the year. I think I have a Rye 4. I have a Rye 4, I believe, which is really, really, really good. Bowling average, let's not talk about it. I know this does not make sense. My average is like a 165. But I'm a better bowler than that. For some reason, over the first 4 weeks of Fall League, I bowled like shit. Like, I was in my own head, and I bowled like shit. But, that's probably a good thing when it comes to tournaments. My handicap's a bit higher, but 165 is my average. But if we were to bowl mono-y-mono, I feel like it was unfair. Because that average was built on me bowling very poorly for how alright I am at bowling. Honestly, I would say that if I felt comfortable taking an average for handicap, I'd say that my average is 177. That would be a very good average for me based off of how I bowl usually. I was bowling on a team with a kid who's really good, and I got friggin' all worked up about it and scared, and I bowled like shit. I bowled an 86 once. I bowled an 86 in Fall League right-handed, just completely panicking. I didn't know what the hell was happening. I couldn't fix anything. Maybe that means that my 165 average is deservable. I don't know. Some tournaments coming up, though. I have a City League tournament in February. But before that, I have a youth adult tournament with one of my daughters. And dude, I'm going to freaking clean house. I've got a couple new bowling balls coming. One of them, I'm just pumped. A couple new bowling balls coming, and they're going to not go in the gutter ever. Never, ever. I'm just good to hear that you're back throwing 100% with your right arm. It's been weird because there is a sensation in my bicep that like makes me worried. So I have been bowling right-handed so I've bowled 3 leagues right-handed. So a total of 9 games right-handed. Best game 215. But I've been very gingerly about it. Like, I'm not going crazy. I'm just very carefully getting back into it. So we'll see how that plays out. But I get very worried that I'm going to go back left-handed. And I'm terrible left-handed. Alec, I answer your texts all the time. For example, the last text I received from Alec himself. Oh yeah, totally answered. I did not. But I don't feel like it deserved an answer. Alec, I love you. We should go into a hot tub sometime. Friar Pop, by the way, thank you for your generosity tonight. Says, my fave of 2024 was 50-50 blend of... Really? Dude, Friar Pop, you should make a video about that and see how many shitty comments you get. My favorite whiskey of the year was the blend of the George T. Stagg and the William Ruben. When I took my 750 milliliter bottles that I came across at a retail price, I decided that I loved them both, but I thought, Friar Pop, would these be better together? So I decided to do the ultimate blend, and I put them together 50-50. And if you, viewers, ever have the opportunity, you shall do the same, because it is so good. The comments will tell you that you're a piece of shit. Just the way the comment section works. But I love you, Friar Pop. Thank you for the comments. And if I had any WLW or GTS from this year, I'd do the same thing. The Big Lebowski. Shit's so good. You guys ever watch, The one with Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray. It's a bowling movie. Honestly, who cares about movies? This is a challenge. If you are over 30 years old and you're bored, if you're looking for something to do, if there are times of the evening where you feel like there was something that you could do, but you don't have anything to do it, you don't have anything to do during that time, this is my challenge. This is my shout out to you. I double dare you, triple dog dare you, by the way, at any point of the day, go to the bowling alley. Just go down there at any point during the day or night. Rent shoes and bowl 3 games. But challenge yourself and say, I want to bowl this number. If it's 100 per game, say I want to bowl 300. If you think you're great and you want to bowl, 400, do it up. 133 a game. The fun part is this. You're going to struggle. It's going to be hard. And then you're going to say, how can I get better? You'll go again. You'll get a house ball. You'll rent shoes again. And you're going to struggle again. You're going to do great sometimes, but then you're going to be like, shit, why do I suck so bad now? Spares are here and there. It's difficult. You see people to the left of you bowling like 200s. People to the right of you using a friggin' dinosaur. But my point is this. To actually get good at bowling, which is normally a drinking friend, like birthday party thing, it's a sport. It's a real sport. And the lanes change. The balls you use change. And it makes it so complicated, but so much fun because you're constantly thinking. You get in your own head. And it's literally a thing that you need to work on to become better at. If basketball were bowling, then the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers would go out to the Western Conference Finals. At the tip-off, the baskets would be at different heights. And you would know what heights they were at, but they weren't at the same heights as they were the week before, or the game before. The goal would be at a different height, 10 feet, 2.5 inches, let's say. So Steph Curry spots up from, behind the arc, and he has to adjust for how high the basket is rather than just 10 feet. If you were an amateur going to a regular bowling alley during a regular day, the basket would be at 10 feet, and you'd just have to throw it into that basket at 10 feet. If every alley were the same, but they're not. That's called the house shot. 10-foot rim is a house shot. But in professional basketball, the rim would change levels, not only as the game began, but as the game went on. The rim would get higher and lower, higher and lower. So every time you took the shot, you have to adjust for it. You have to have a great eye. You have to take a shot and miss, and then realize what you did, and then have to shoot again. But not only would the rim get higher and lower, but the goal itself, the rim, would get smaller and wider. Smaller and wider. So not only are you adjusting for the actual height of the rim, but the diameter of the hoop itself. And that's why people think that bowling is easy and why they don't give professional bowlers credit. Because they cannot see the changes that are happening for professional bowlers when they're bowling. The shit changes every single shot. Every time a ball goes down the lane, the oil in the lane changes, and the next shot, you have to account for that. But since it's impossible to see, people don't give professional bowlers enough credit. And that's why bowling is so much fun. And that is my end of that rant. But I double dog dare you to go out to the bowling alley and try to bowl and then bowl again, and get better. Bowling is a dying sport, but it doesn't have to be. Because for people over 30 who are either unathletic or not like in a competitive thing, you want to challenge yourself still. You want to get better. You want to do things competitively, athletically, but bowling league is the best. And also, bowling balls, a lot like bourbon. You just keep buying them because you think that the next bowling ball is going to be the best bowling ball. Then you realize that they all go into the gutter the same. It's just the way it works. Damn, that felt good to get that off my chest. That's that. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you all for watching. Best barrel I picked all year was this Evernorth rye whiskey. This is barrel number MP01, which is obviously for me. But it's 130 proof. This might have actually been the highest proof of the bunch as well. 6 year, 52% rye offering. Number 2 and 3 were both Barrel King picks. We moved on from there. I'm super happy with all of them and pumped that like the way this worked out. Super cool. If you're just tuning in at the end, for upcoming barrel picks, I have some Nashville Barrel Company picks, or Nashville Barrel Company samples headed my way. 5, 7, and 8 year samples, I believe. And I think that they said the 7 year samples or the 8 year samples were the ones that Fred Minnick really loved. I don't know. I'll taste them. I'll let you know. Also have a Knob Creek cask strength pick headed my way. The box that they send. They send a wooden box with the samples in there. So I have a Knob Creek bourbon cask strength, not 120 proof, the cask strength offering barrel pick headed my way. And then so far set up for May is a Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye and barrel proof Tennessee whiskey. And those are all available to Patreon first. Link to that in the description below. I'm out of here. I love you all so much. Anything in the comments I need to read before I leave? I don't think so. I've been live for 3 hours. That's a lot. I want to leave by saying this. December, not including live streams. December, just videos. There are either 28 or 29 videos in December, not including live streams. So I am well aware that tomorrow is the 11th of January and I haven't posted a single video yet. But I just wanted to give you guys a break. You know what I mean? I feel like 10 days of nothing and then I start posting regularly again will make it feel like something you should watch. But if I did 29 videos in December and then just started pumping them out in January, I got sick of me, man. I got so sick of me sitting in front of the camera, talking to the camera about what I'm tasting, what I'm feeling. It gets repetitive and I don't want you guys to think that I'm mailing it in. I want you guys to think that like what I'm doing is genuine and I'm enjoying doing it. So the first 10 days of January, there are no videos. But I don't think there needed to be. So moving forward, regular drop schedule, 2 to 3 videos a week, plus a live stream. And just when you watch those, let me know you watched them. Leave a comment, hit the thumbs up, do all the things. But I think that 10 days off after 29 videos straight maybe was good for both me and you. But that's gonna do it for this live stream. I love you guys so much. I'm out of here. Friggin' Alec Rubin's having another baby. It's a lucky baby. He's got a good dad. Smoke Alec Bradley cigars. That's the end. Love you guys. See you next Friday. But also, see you next week for a few videos. Good night. Love you guys.